What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about this lawsuit against Bitmex because I think it's pretty interesting because they mainly focus on Bitcoin, and I talked about it in a little bit in the past that Bitcoin is mainly used by margin trading platforms to kind of wreck sheeps, like new people that come into crypto that has no idea about anything. These margin trading platforms kind of come in and they kind of wreck the sheeps. Like when new people come into crypto, these platforms are there, and since people spread a lot of ignorance on YouTube because they want to get like referral bonus, they want people to click on their links so they make money. You have a lot of ignorance spreading around because these promoters and influencers of Bitmex and margin trading platforms like Bybit, they don't care so much about the user and like having accountability and what they actually are doing, and that they're actually playing with real people's money and life savings, because they just want to get the referral link bonus, like the like they make money usually when other people lose money many times. So so there is this very interesting document right now that is quite recent. Actually, I watched a video on YouTube about it, about this Bitmex lawsuit. So it seems like BMA, which is a company that has gone after a lot of these kind of shady actors in the crypto industry. It seems like they are kind of suing Bitmex here. And Bitmex go under the name of Global Trading Limited. And that seems to be like the company that Bitmex is working under. So me personally, that has been in the crypto industry for since January 2018, I've been seeing how the way Bitcoin has been behaving has been kind of shady. It has been doing these patterns many times, going up $800 and then instantly wrecked, or like instantly all that value goes away. Like it drops $800 or something like that in value super fast. And basically what happens then is a lot of people are losing their life savings and so on. And so BMA here think that it has to do probably with these margin trading platforms, and they're going after Bitmex in this case. And this document is very interesting, and I think I will leave it in the description of this video because you might actually learn something from it, because it's quite in depth. So one of the things that they've kind of realized in their research is uh, actually Bitmex shouldn't even be allowed to operate in the US. But BMA, from their research, they see that many guys are actually operating, a lot of the volume of Bitmex is actually in the US. So if there are some very interesting cases here that I want to quickly go over. First, we have let's see, I want to go down to page 39 because it covers some interesting stuff here. So I think it's like 106 page document that you can kind of look over and maybe you learn something from it. But if I go down to page 39 here, they first cover this important thing of pump and dumps. So they say pump and dump is the fraudulent practice of perpetrators encouraging unwitting investors to buy an asset such as Bitcoin to inflate its price artificially and then selling it when the price reaches its predetermined threshold. Pump and dumps are designed to deceive the investors, their inventors, as to the state of the market supply and demand for the asset by means of artificially increasing the price and trading volume. When the perpetrators behind the scheme sell, dump their bitcoins and stop pumping it, the price plummets and other investors are left holding the asset that is worth significantly less than they paid for it. As a result, traders who bought the Bitcoin on margin may be subject to execution of stop losses as well as liquidations. You may say that, So you can have opinions, right, about margin trading platforms. You may say it's 100% up to the user, but the problem is like when so I watched a video on YouTube about that there's A exchanges and B exchanges, and that A exchanges, they operate basically on fees, so they want to retain users, while B exchanges, they are basically they're basically operating on make Rekt people, so they have like insider trading, so they can Rekt people pretty fast. So new people that come into B exchanges, they kind of last for 1 to 4 months, and then they kind of get liquidated, and then they have to find new users all the time, and that's why they are paying a lot of people to do YouTube videos, for example, and talking, oh, maybe we see a dump now, oh, maybe we see Bitcoin go up now massively, and then they have the influencers, they have the referral links, so they basically are making money off of people signing up pretty quick, maybe get $50, but then most of the times on these B exchanges they get kind of liquidated pretty fast by pump and dumps, and the core thing here is that it probably harms many people, and this is probably why BMA is kind of going after Bitmex here as one of the key actors in this industry of I would say if they basically have, we don't know, but if we say that they have insider trading, they're basically wrecking people, wrecked new investors, and it's probably not that good for majority of people because it kind of promotes degenerate gambling. So it even covered one of the funny things here. BART patterns, or simply BARTs, are a variety of pumps and dumps involving intense pumps or dumps occurring within a very short time frame, causing price action to find a new high or low for a very short period, followed by equivalently violent return to previous levels. This is what we've seen so much with Bitcoin lately, how it has these like super strange pattern, like go up super fast and then dump, up, down. And a lot of Bitcoiners want to say that this is digital gold, but as long as you have these actors that are making money on margin trading, so these margin trading platforms like Bitmex, they are both making money on the up and the down. They're even making money when people basically get liquidated. So they basically have, in many ways, incentive to kind of liquidate people, and it's like it's probably not that good for this industry, and this is what Bitcoin has become now. So they even cover stuff like stop loss hunting is a type of market manipulation when the perpetrators attempt to artificially move the price for an asset to a predetermined price value to force other market participants out of their positions. I mean, it's just like people want to say it's digital gold, but with these kind of actors inside of this, it's um, it's probably never basically going to be digital gold. And let's see here. Do we have some other interesting things? Bitcoin price manipulation such as pump and dumps, BARTs, stop hunts, liquidation cascades, and spoofing, as well as numerous other forms of illicit market manipulations are generally believed to be abuses that prevent SEC from approving numerous Bitcoin exchange trade fund ETFs applications that have been filed throughout the years by various cryptocurrency industry players. So many times people think it's like some kind of conspiracy why SEC is not like allowing Bitcoin ETFs, but we see that these kind of, when you have these basically bad players in the industry that are basically I would say basically exploiting people. So we have, first we have margin trading platforms, we have centralized exchanges, and they're all kind of exploiting the user and not making, they don't have the user's best interests at heart. They are just trying to, in many ways, wreck them. Sometimes they do it in smaller ways. They just do the fee thing, or they have kind of they work as this middleman where they want to have, they set this big fee, okay, pay this money and maybe we give you your money, you know. But it's basically in many ways it's like a predatory way a lot of these margin trading or centralized exchanges work, and a lot of them make money on the Bitcoin. So, a very good quote or very good line here. Bitmex was designed from a group from ground up to benefit from manipulation, and that's one of the the core issues. You have, for example, stuff that has happened where you get this order submission error. Order cannot be submitted. The system is currently overloaded. Please try again later, and people can't even get their thing through, and then they kind of get liquidated. And of course, people have their own responsibility, but when these actors become so big and they have so much influence and have so much money and power, eventually these lawsuits kind of happen. Lawsuits start to kind of happen because it's like, is this really good for majority of people? Probably not. Probably not. So you should probably go and kind of check this document out. And if you believe that Bitcoin really has a future, you should really start to you should start to take a look at these things, like these real lawsuits, where they go over stuff like the racketeering conspiracy and racketeering activity. So I mean, it's just like a lot of stuff. There is a lot of drama with Bitcoin at the moment, and even now after the halving, as I did a video about that the fees were going up, blogs are getting slower. One of the main problems with Bitcoin is not just this margin trading or like centralized kind of exchanges, but also that it's just slow in general, and that it's a big challenge to kind of get these Bitcoins or even Satoshis in people's hands so they can kind of play around with it and kind of see what it actually is all about. So yeah, it's like it's probably if there's going to be a digital crypto that mainstream people are going to use, it seems like it's going to be something else, something that people actually, something that's more fair, something that people actually can get their hands on, and something that is not having these bad actors that become super big. And it seems like when bad actors become super big in some kind of token or something like that, it's very hard to like go back in history and try to and try to fix that. You kind of have to start a new blockchain or kind of like a new token and kind of learned from past experiences. So Bitcoin, one of the first digital cryptos, we have learned a lot of things. We've learned that it's not being used as digital cash that much. We've learned that it's not used as digital gold that much. There's just like, I mean, it doesn't it doesn't look that good at the moment for Bitcoin. It's still 50% down since its all-time high. And now when you have these predatory margin trading platforms, they try to wreck people and they bribe all the influencers. Oh, you get a lot of money if you wreck your audience. Or you have like these centralized exchanges that also try to like, oh, come here, deposit your money and maybe you get it back someday, but then when you withdraw it, maybe we ask for a selfie or maybe we ask for kind of like a high fee. It's not really why we invented crypto, to have these like middlemen, centralized horrible players that are not really good for anyone, to be honest. Like it's a win-lose game. It's like it's not a win-win game. And with the digital crypto we can make win-win systems like library, like DTube, and I would say even like hex, where people don't have to try to outsmart a computer or try to use some manipulation tactics to try to cheat the system or something like that. Yeah, so that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. And of course there's other coins also involved. It's not just Bitcoin, but this is a big problem in this industry. These modern trading platforms, they're not making good reputation for this industry. They're actually making the reputation worse. And then you also have the Bitcoin scams run on YouTube, where people are saying that they're doing Bitcoin giveaways. And just because almost nobody has Bitcoin in their hands because it's so scarce and they can't even get access to it, they can't even play around with it. So they barely know what Bitcoin and Satoshis is. Maybe they fall for those like Bitcoin giveaway scams because a lot of the middle class like promote Bitcoin like crazy, like it's the best thing ever, even though most of them kind of got wrecked in the drop here 2018 2019. So that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Just be aware about that, about Bitcoin, that it's a lot of drama with Bitcoin and it's slow now after the halving. fees are high. We're 10 years in, and it doesn't look that bright for Bitcoin at the moment. Yeah, have a great day, DTube and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.